I'm Zeke. I'm from season 33, Millennials versus Gen X. I'm back in back-to-back seasons because I like to play big. For me, Survivor is about big moves or going home, right? If you're not shooting for the stars, if you're not swinging for the fences and trying to win with style, then you shouldn't be out here. It's as simple as that. Millennials versus Gen X, it didn't start well for me. I was with a tribe of hapless children. And I was put in a position where I couldn't play the aggressively strategic game I wanted to play because they needed a father. And then nobody wanted to play with me. And I just sort of had to cross my fingers and get to the next stage of the game. And then the Survivor gods blessed me with two great people to play with, and Chris and David. And I was able to put together a great group of people made of a bunch of different, whatever you want to call them, small alliances, voting blocks. And then when we got to the merge, I just started slashing and burning. I started cutting people left and right, putting together, surgically executed blindsides. And then when everybody turned on me because I maybe showed my hand that I was too threatening, I took a bunch of people who I had blindsided just votes before and got them to stick their hand in a bag of rocks for me. And it was a beautiful moment. And then, an 18-year-old decided to get excited and I went home. I think there are a couple of reasons I'm back. I think one of the major reasons is that I'm a huge fan of the game. I'm a student, and I think I have a great love and passion for Survivor. And I think I'm particularly invested in seeing this game change and evolve. And I think this is sort of the moment we're in. I think we're playing Survivor Game Changers right now because the game is actively changing, and I want to be on the forefront of that, right? I want to be playing differently than anyone has ever played before. And I think it's that passion which brings me back. I think that Survivor should be played very actively. I think you should be taking swings at each other, right? I think you should be trying to play the best and biggest game that you can every day that you wake up on the beach. And you should be looking for opportunities to eliminate your biggest threats whenever you can. And I think it's that moxie that brought me back here, that desire to make waves. I think what I've learned is that that a player like me always needs to have options. I always need to have an exit strategy for when, battle plan A becomes a quagmire. And that there's never anyone who should be left hanging. I think some of my best moves were after I blindsided people, I came right back to camp and said, hey, I know you're scared, but tell you what, you got someone to play with, and that person's me, right? I think you have to capitalize on that fear, that terror that a person feels after they've experienced the blindsided tribal council. Because that's the first thing that happened to me, is I was blindsided at tribal council, and nobody wanted to play with me. And I think, yes, I like targeting the vulnerable, the weak. I'm geeking out to be on this season. We have 3 of the top 5 players of all time in Sandra, Sari, and Tony. We have 2 people playing for the 4th time. We have 6 people playing for the 3rd time. And then we have Caleb, who has never been to tribal council. I have loved this game for so long. It is one thing to get the opportunity to hit the beach and play, and then to be asked back as an all-star and be called a game changer. It's like after day 39, I could die, right? Life goal achieved, mission complete. I'm so stoked. I'm trying to calm myself down though, because I don't want to expend all my energy too early. I'm trying to keep the pace. I'm also trying not to geek out. Tony's here, Sari is here. I don't think much of how Ozzy plays strategically, but Ozzy's a Survivor legend. I'm gonna get to watch Ozzy go climb a tree and catch some fish. Can you believe it?